The effect of screens like this on our eyes is one of the most important and controversial topics in society. And literally billions of dollars are spent on blue light filtering glasses that may or may not actually benefit your eyes. So in today's video, I'm going to be covering the controversy, the myths, and separating the fact from the fiction when it comes to blue light. So hi, I'm Robert, Style and Vision Consultant here at the Spectacle Factory, and it's my job to pair you with your perfect pair of glasses. And one of the most common questions I get asked is, should I add blue light protection, or can I add blue light protection to my new glasses? And there's a lot to unpack because there are a lot of different ways that blue light could potentially affect our visual system. So the first thing to understand is that the spectrum of light is broken down into different wavelengths. And the higher the energy of wavelength, the more damage that the light potentially does to our bodies, to our skin, and to our eyes. So we all know that UV or ultraviolet is bad for us. UV light not only causes skin cancer, especially, by the way, around the eyes is the most common place to actually get skin cancer. But it's also the #1 risk factor for things like cataracts and macular degeneration. Cataracts being the main cause of blindness in the developing world, and macular degeneration being the main cause of blindness in the developed world. Next to UV in the light spectrum is what we class as high energy visible light, or HEV light. From a common sense perspective, it stands to reason that if UV is really damaging, this light that is almost as high energy as UV could potentially be damaging as well. Now, what does blue light do for us? The main thing is that blue light stimulates us to wake up. Scientists have posited that this is because blue light is predominant in the atmosphere in the early morning. Because it's the highest energy form of light, therefore arrives on the earth from the sun first, reaches us first, and that is our stimulating factor to wake up, as we've evolved over the years to do so. And on the other hand, because blue light is high energy, it tends to scatter more. So high energy light provides less contrast in terms of our clarity of vision. We'll get back to that later. So where do these come in? Well, smartphones, laptops, tablets, computer screens, and even the digital dashboards in our cars are all typically made using LED and LCD displays. And those LCD and LED displays emit a high frequency of blue light. So one thing that has absolutely been demonstrated and is not really controversial at all is that spending too much time on our phones throughout the day, and especially in the evenings, is going to lead to worse sleep patterns. Either shorter sleep, or struggling to get sleep in the first place, or interrupted sleep. And that's where blue light filtering glasses like this can absolutely be helpful. What millions of people do nowadays is when they get to the evenings, or even throughout the day if they're spending all day in front of screens, is they'll wear glasses with a tint like this. Now, if you are going to address the problem of overexposure to blue light and you really want to address it fully, a yellow tint like this is the best way to do it. This will give virtually 100% blue light filtering. Now, the downside to that is it does make everything bright yellow. Within a few minutes, your brain adjusts to that, so you stop seeing things as being super yellow. And because it cuts out blue light, you also get more contrast, filtering out that low contrast light and allowing the more high contrast light to reach your eyes. Now, this is one particular solution if you are a glasses wearer, because this is the Walter and Herbert Wallace, a really beautiful acetate frame that looks kind of cool. You can wear this as your everyday pair of glasses. Great value as well, by the way, and I love the particular shade of tortoiseshell that they use in their collection. And you can have a custom clip like this made for a frame like this, and just attach it on either in the evenings or when you're working during the day. But of course you can have glasses made, and we've featured them many times on this channel, with the tint actually built into the glasses themselves. And of course you can buy through Amazon and everywhere else, lots of different types of blue filtering glasses. Now this is where it's important to be careful, because the average blue light filtering glasses only block around 20 to 30% of blue light. And that's good if you're spending, a moderate amount of time on screens, but if you're spending literally all day on screens, you probably want to filter it completely. The other option, of course, is you can have prescription lenses with a blue light filter, similar to what I have on mine. Although this is designed for night driving, it has that purplish blue color to it. Or with Blue Guard technology from Zeiss, that is now actually built into the lens itself, so you can have some blue light filtering with absolutely zero tint whatsoever. That was a real breakthrough technology. And that is a valid reason to get blue light blocking glasses. However, the controversy comes in when it gets to eye health, and especially when we talk about the retina. Now, remember I talked about how macular degeneration is primarily caused by UV damage to the eyes. Around 10 years ago, a study was done which showed that in rats, blue light can actually cause retinal cell death, similar to what we see with macular degeneration. And that sparked this whole industry of blue light protecting glasses. Essilor were the first with their Crizal Preventia, as it was known, and then Hoya followed on with Blue Control, Zeiss with DuraVision Blue Protect. Now every single lens manufacturer has their own version of blue light filtering lenses. Simultaneously, smartphone makers have built in eye comfort modes like this, where it actually improves the warmth of the display And the higher you turn that up, the more yellow it gets. The less, the more blue it gets. So all these things have come about really primarily because of those early studies that were done. But we have to be careful because proving something in rats is very different to proving it in humans. Those rats were actually exposed to extreme doses of blue light, probably more than you will ever get from any kind of digital display usage. Potentially you could get that from the sun, and I would always recommend to invest in good quality sunglasses that not only filter UV. UV is like a benchmark. It's good to have UV protection in sunglasses, but the world's best sunglasses protect from far more than that, things like infrared light and high energy visible light. But when it comes to our everyday lives, are digital displays really going to cause macular degeneration? Well, the jury's out, and so far that has not been proven whatsoever. It's not been proven in any kind of scientific studies that a smartphone like this can damage the health of your eyes. That being said, there are studies continually being done on this topic. Relatively recent research has suggested that there is more to it than has been proved so far. Now, it's so important that people like me who are recommending glasses recommend them for the right reasons. And there have actually been lawsuits against opticians who missold blue light filtering glasses, saying that it would have long-term health benefits on the eyes. That would be incorrect to say. But to say that it might have long-term health benefits, I don't think is too far-fetched. And for me, personally, I'd rather be safe than sorry. That's one of the reasons why I always wear tinted lenses, because besides lots of benefits that they have, you're generally going to get good blue light filtering, and that can only be a good thing. It can't hurt to have it. And that would be kind of the concluding remark that I'd leave you with. Having blue light protecting glasses like this can't hurt. It could potentially make a big difference to your life. Anecdotally, as someone who recommends glasses all the time, the amount of people who say that they really benefit from things like this, and actually some people who couldn't live without it, who really feel that this has allowed them to go about a normal life without any eye strain. There are countless individuals who will give that story. And we have a video all about how to spec the best computer glasses for you. Make sure to check that out after you've watched this one. And what do you think of this topic? Let me know in the comments below. If you've got an opinion one way or the other, have you tried blue filtering lenses? Did they work for you? Do they feel like snake oil? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe for more of the best eyewear content on the internet. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks guys, bye bye.